Absolutely. I mean, the fact that she's concerned about her job and then wants to lawyer up, would that be any normal person's reaction to their son committing such a horrible crime? You would imagine you would be worried about the people involved and want to find out more information, not be instantly worried about whether you need a lawyer. Lisa, what do you think of this?
Those are characteristics of somebody who is narcissistic, self-preservation. What about me? What about me? What about me? So both parents were in a relationship that was going downhill. There were affairs happening, and she was very dismissive in how to handle raising her child. Almost as if that anything that happened with Ethan was an inconvenience to her because her life took precedent, her horseback riding, and all of her extracurricular activities.
All right, there's a lot in that testimony that I want to break down with you, Lisa and Kirk. What sticks out to me is the fact that this HR director, based on seeing Ethan's disturbing drawing on his math sheet, which, first of all, why anybody would bring something like that to work and show their coworkers is confusing to me. But the fact that she looked at it and said, this kid needs help. How does that look that somebody who doesn't even know Ethan Crumbley looked at that and said he needs help, and then his parents did not help? Lisa, let's start with you.
Anybody looking at that sheet of paper would know that this child needs help. Anybody, from the teachers in school to the principal, mother, anybody looking at that, obviously, as it's seen here, thoughts in my head, I can't stop them, help me, a picture of a demon, all of it, bullets. These are huge indications of somebody who is disturbed. What is happening in his mind? He should have been pulled out of school. And a lot of times I think all schools need to have police resource officers. They talk about not having police in school for a myriad of reasons, political reasons. But if a police officer was shown this piece of paper, there would have been an investigation. He would have been pulled from the school. They may have mandated him to have a temporary committal to go ahead and get a psychological evaluation based on this.
Not to mention, I know we've talked a lot before about the fact that Ethan Crumbley was given this gun, but he was given this gun after making this drawing on this math sheet. It's really quite appalling. All right, let's bring in our guest, crime analyst Lisa Lockwood and legal analyst Kirk Nurmi. Glad you are both here for our second hour. Listening to that testimony, I have to say it's just quite frankly sad and shocking how many warning signs there were of a teen who could be seriously dangerous. Lisa, what do you think went wrong here in the failure to get this student some help and to prevent this shooting?
A lot of things went wrong. Just those texts alone. Parents would not have access to that. Ethan's 15 years old. How often do parents actually go and take their kid's phone and look at their browser history, look at their texts? Phones are sacred to kids. It's nearly impossible to try to do that, to invade their privacy. But when you have a child who you already know has mental deficiency based on behaviors that you have been researching in the past, that would be the moment that you would say, you know what, I think I should go ahead and look and see what my child is involved in. Let's see how far and how deep this goes in order to do the best thing you can to get the help you need for your child. So that's going to help a lot in the case against Ethan, not so much in the case against the parents, just because they wouldn't have access to that information.
And we heard that James Crumbley left his gun out, and it's become obvious that guns were just a casual subject in their home.